You're listening to
5th grade and the cosmic explosion of knowledge.
Amazing information and facts that will make your brain explode. We are going to learn about the history of words and the study of words.
What is the study of words called?
Etymology is the study of words and language. It comes from the Greek words true and account.
Where do words originate from?
Many tribes would have goods coming in, and they needed to keep track of how much stuff they had. When they would draw a picture of what they had each time they got it. They decided it took too long to draw the picture, so they made a similar thing to draw. Then people started thinking about the sound of the word and put sounds together. And after that, they would put pictures together to make words.
An example would be hydrogen comes from the Greek word meaning water-producing. The word oxygen comes from the Greek language meaning acid-producing.
Why do we write left to right?
People wrote on clay tablets up to down, but their hands would get in the writing and mess up the words.
That didn't happen if they wrote side to side. This resulted in many cultures starting to write side to side.
Fun fact!
Some words are borrowed from other languages.
Why do we need new words?
As new things are invented, we need names for them, so we make new words.
This is how words got started and the history of them. Words and writing have changed over time. Who knows what words will sound and look like in the future?
Now we are going to learn all about mushrooms, how they grow, what they are, and more.
What are mushrooms?
Mushrooms are fruit bodies that produce spores that grow from a network of root-like things called mycelium. They can vary in shapes and colors everywhere from yellow or coral-shaped to brown and umbrella-shaped.
Mushrooms, unlike plants, cannot make their own food. Instead, they live off dead plants, animals, and other materials that are decaying. This is called decomposing. Some of these fungi belong to the Basidiomycetes class, though some also belong to the class Ascomyces, which contains yeast and mildew. Some fungi are the source of antibiotic drugs and are used to make bread and alcohol.
Where do they grow?
Mushrooms grow in a lot of different places, from forests to neat lawns. They also grow in some composts. Most mushrooms consist of cap with gills beneath. The gills of a mushroom hold the pinnacida, which is where spore production happens.
On top of the cap, there is a universal veil and sometimes warts, depending on the mushroom. They also have a stem, and at about the halfway point of the stem, there is sometimes a partial veil, which hangs from the cap. At the bottom of the stem, there is a cup vulva and the start of the network of mycelium.
Fun facts.
Mushrooms are so unique. They have their own biologic kingdom. There are more than 100,000 species.
Some mushrooms are poisonous, which is why they are considered witches' ingredients. Also, when toads stewed on mushrooms, people started calling mushrooms toadstools.
How they grow.
A mushroom starts from a spore. Next, a hypha sprouts from the spore. After that, mycelium starts to grow, and a fruiting body in the egg stage erupts from the soil. Then, they form their own spores ready for dispersal. Then, it starts all over again.
This podcast was all about mushrooms and how they grow. I hope you liked learning about fungi and more.
Remember to hit the subscribe button.
Like this podcast.
And we'll give you a round of applause.